get started. Are you ready? All right, let's bring on the man who started it all. 4 years ago, he initiated an event that many people doubted would take up any sort of participation, but it had both online, offline, and it's grown to become a very big event. It even has grown to become an entire week, which is the MSMW 2013. And I would just like to invite, of course, the man behind it all. Can we give a big round of applause to Shaul Hamid Shaikdaud, who is, of course, the founder president of the Malaysian Social Media Chambers. Let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you, Terence. Thanks for the good introduction. I'm sure by now you must be very familiar in introducing me because you've been doing this for the past 3 to 4 years. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just introduce myself. My name is Shahul. I'm the founder president of Social Media Chambers Malaysia. Value strategic partners and sponsors for my MSMW 2013, distinguished local and international speakers, members of the media, netizens, bloggers and social media practitioners. Salam sejahtera. Salam satu Malaysia. On behalf of Social Media Chambers Malaysia, I think it gives me great pleasure to be here this morning and to address a short note to all of you here. And it's been a very hectic week for us. We've been working on this program for the past 7 months. And every time we want to put up an international event, it takes us a lot of time simply because we want to make sure we come out with the best content which could fit into all sorts of life. And I think this is one of the best program which we have ever produced over the past 2 to 3 years. I'm sure that some of you all have been attending this program for the past 2 to 3 years, and this year, 2013, will be one of the unique and special year you would see in MSMW, because most of the contents we have gotten today for this conference are fully from online and social media driven. We got the topics to social media, we got the speakers to social media, we also promoted through social media. So primarily I think we took the full initiative to make full use of the platform which we are driving in. Social Media Chambers is, I would like to speak a little bit, touch on Social Media Chambers. Social Media Chambers is an NGO which is being created to advocate the best practices of social media through engagement, education and also entertainment. We have been doing this for for the past 1 year. We are going outside of Kuala Lumpur. We have been going to all states and communities to promote about the ethical usage of social media, which is the core objective of Malaysia Social Media Chambers. And the Social Media Chamber membership is totally free. I would like to encourage and welcome everybody here to be part of the Social Media Chambers, where it will help you in a way that you will get to know a lot of contacts, networking opportunities. You'll learn the best practices. Not only on that, you will get to know the best usage of social media applications as well as the technologies which is available. You can log on to the socialmediachambers.org website and see that we got a lot of international panelists who have been advisor to us. So that's one of the strengths, that they give us a lot of opportunity in terms of getting the best content and knowledge back into our country. Since the inception of World Bloggers and Social Media Summit in the year 2010, Ministry of Information, Communication and Culture had given it the fullest support in organizing this particular event. I would always tell them, without them, Chamber have not been founded. I think they are the father, I would say, in terms of helping us and coordinating and putting things together. I would like to have a special thanks to Ministry of Communication and Culture Malaysia. Today, Social Media Chamber had taken a lead and promote this event extensively to become a global class event and subsequently continued in years ahead. One of the objectives of Summit is to enhance further of our presence in the social media fraternity in Malaysia and to move into being a major spot in the global social media best practices. The Summit today and tomorrow will bring closer leading minds in social media and for us to pick up their best expertise in the areas they specialize in. Speakers have come from 10 countries around the globe, and especially we have speakers from India, Indonesia, Philippines, China. We have speakers from even Dubai. We have speakers come from USA, Australia. So I think we have speakers who are here from almost 10 countries, and they will be giving us the best knowledge and best practices as well. While we are exploring and learning today, please remember to be responsible bloggers, a mantra frequently advocated by the nation's leadership, the people and our blogging communities. It is not about open blogging, but rather being sensitive to surroundings and to understand the people's feeling before we blog. Today, I mean, always share that, social media has been, when I was talking to speakers yesterday, some of them, they've been telling me social media has been more abused rather than being used properly. So I think one of our core objectives of tomorrow's session is to ensure that we give our people the right guidance, knowledge, and see how we can ethically use the social media in a way we could substantially put our thoughts and minds together. I must express my highest appreciation to all the ministries, agencies, NGOs, partners and sponsors and supporting organizations, the media and the social media community who had made this event happen. I also like to call a few of my committee members, social media chambers members on stage, because without them, this event is impossible. They have worked with me tirelessly. We are an NGO, so none of our members get paid to work for us. So I think I would like to acknowledge on this moment, please, I would like to call upon, Ned, Christopher Talk to come on stage to show your faces to our audience that we are put together. We have more members, some of them are outside. And I would also like to have a special thanks to My Events International, who have been tirelessly working on the logistical activities. I think these are some of the committee members. Let's give them a round of applause for putting them. Yeah. Also, highlight of the day for today's event is, our Honorable Prime Minister is going to have a session with us this evening at 5 o'clock. So everybody is excited to have a session with the number one, person in the country who's leading the country, by example, in the social media. I think he's been a very encouraging factor to us as well. Whenever we go and talk to them in terms of getting some ideas, content, they do share a lot of thoughts with us. So I think please get yourself fully prepared to catch up with him, and there's going to be a lot of engagement session with the speakers. So please get yourself very easy going with the speakers, share your knowledge, thoughts. I think they will be able to put up an exciting show. Once again, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your support. Look forward to see you in upcoming event. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much, Rahul. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen, we officially started. I hope you're ready. We have put together the who's who of blogging and, of course, social media from all over the world. And we're about to start off with a very exciting panel. Now, lots of you blog just because you love it, but most of you found out it's also a great way to make some extra money. So, where's the money? Facebook, Twitter, social media. Who says Facebook? Okay, no one's using Facebook anymore. All right, yes. Two more Facebook billionaires at the back there. The rest of you undecided. Maybe after this session you will. Who sees money in Twitter? Who says there's money in Twitter? Okay, there's money in Twitter. All right, great. And well, I'm waiting for Twitter to actually launch the IPO, but Facebook's gone ahead and done that. Any other social media making money? Instagram? Does Instagram make money? It does? Okay, great. Well, we're going to find out which one makes the most money, or do you need a combination of all of them? We have, of course, our first panel to talk about monetizing through social media and developing the criteria to choose the right kind of platform for your business. So I'd like to invite our first panel, and they comprise of Laurel Papwood, a social media strategist and CEO of Community Crew Australia. Also, we'll have Murtuza Adinwala, General Manager of E-Commerce, Go Air India. Althea Lim, co-founder of Gush Cloud Singapore, and Rafiq Razali, country GM of Groupon Malaysia. To moderate this session, we'll have Jason Cruz from MRM Worldwide Philippines, and he'll be doing the honors of moderating.
Hello. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm Jason, and I'll be moderating. I guess I can stay here, right? It's okay. Selamat pagi semua. I'm from the Philippines. Thank you. So I guess to start off with the presentations, short presentations from this particular panel, I'd like to invite Ms. Laurel Papworth to begin the morning.
I'm going to stand here so I can see you more clearly. It's a little hard to see from behind there. My presentation this morning, am I in the wrong spot? Okay. is the first thing I want to do is I'm going to give you my definition of social media, because there'll be quite a lot of them today, so I thought I might as well join in and tell everybody what I think social media means, because without a definition we can't really go forward. I want to talk about the return on investment. What is the ROI in loyalty, brand recall, cost of acquisition of the customer, technical support, or the soft ROIs? I'm also going to talk about how companies make money from Facebook shares and tweets, and how much a Facebook share is worth in dollar terms. Not nice, cuddly marketing terms, such as we have more friends, but actually how much is it worth to the bottom line of the company. I also want to talk about something I call the COI, cost of inaction. So if ROI is return on investment, what's the cost of inaction of not being involved in social media? And I'll show you how some brands have had a big problem by refusing to look at social media. And finally, I want to talk about something we call APIs, Application Programming Interfaces, which is a really technical term for completing the sale on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, not back on your own website, and how much that has brought in for some companies. If you'd like to download these slides, you can go to bit.ly/MSMW 2013, and my slides can be downloaded from there. It's a PDF document. So if you'd rather go out and get a coffee and then just download the slides later, off you go. Okay. That worked. So I've been working with a variety of different organizations, mostly running intensive advanced workshops around monetization with venture capitalists, with entrepreneur groups, including organizing some channels, social networks for NBC Middle East Broadcasting in Saudi Arabia, and also the Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Health in Singapore. And some years ago, in 2008, I came up with this chart, and I based my book on this. So I have a book called Social Media Revenue. And what I'd like to point out to you is that I can't do the circle thing, I don't think it's going to show up. In the bottom left-hand corner is where a member pays a host of a community. So if you're a member of LinkedIn, you might pay freemium. You might use the free services and then pay a little bit of money to LinkedIn to have premium services. So the member pays the host. And we know from LinkedIn's revenue that they have about a quarter of their income comes from advertising. The other 3/4 come from these freemium services, particularly into recruitment sector, the recruitment segment. In the bottom right-hand corner, this is where commercial clients want to pay the host to get to the members. So this is people coming onto Facebook to do a social ad, or onto Twitter to do a sponsored ad or a sponsored tweet. And we also look at marketing intelligence as being probably the largest growth area for monetization, with commercial clients talking to the hosts of websites. If you know Zynga, they're the game company. They make Farmville, Mafia Wars, a whole range of games. Some of those games have 60, 17, 18 million players a month. They've said that they're not a game company, they're a marketing intelligence company. They gather as much information as they can on their players, on their casual gamers, and then they sell that information, those statistics, back to marketing people. In the top left-hand corner, this is the peer-to-peer economy. This is where banks, instead of providing a product or service, provide a platform. So if I asked you all how many people here would loan me $100,000, most of you would probably say no. Would anybody here say yes? Didn't think so. But if I asked you for $1 each, or $10 each, or $100 each, you know, I've got 40 or 50,000 followers on Twitter, I've got the same number again on Google+, I've got several 100,000 readers of my blog. I can very quickly get together the money that I need by taking a little bit from everyone. So that tracks into peer-to-peer banking. And if you're familiar with Kickstarter, or Etsy, or even eBay, then you understand the value of a peer-to-peer site, where the host of the community just takes a clip of the sale between one member and another member. The last quadrant, the top quadrant, is where commercial clients talk directly to consumers. And this is where you open up a shopping cart on Facebook, and it interfaces with your database, and you never ask the customer to leave Facebook and come back to your website and lose that sale. The sale is completed on Facebook, or LinkedIn, or anywhere else. And I'll show you some revenue streams from that. It's very powerful. It's so powerful that Facebook is now looking to introduce new rules which say if you have a shopping basket, you have to pay them 30% of your sale, which is stealing the same model that Apple has for their API-based App Store. I don't think they're going to get it, but I'm not sure. We'll see. My definition of social media is that traditional media is about circulation. And in this sense, broadcast is where I'm talking to everybody in the room, and you're listening. Hopefully you're listening. But for every person in the room that's tweeting, Facebooking, LinkedIning, Google+ing, Pinteresting, Instagramming, you are now turning around and talking into your channel. And that to me is social media. It's not about circulation, it's about exposure and reach. It's about each person in the room talking to their network outside of their room. And that's no surprise, I think, because media means mediums. It's the plural for mediums, and mediums are channels. So it's not about content, it's about the person being a channel. And frankly, even if you're on Facebook or Twitter, if people aren't sharing, retweeting the content you're putting up, then you're broadcasting on a social platform. You're not doing social on a social platform. So that's one of the key things that I think that is the difference between traditional and social media. When people do retweet and share, then they're taking that social object and passing it on to someone else, and they affect the ripple effect. And the really big bubbles are your key influencers, the people with millions and millions of followers on Twitter, hundreds of thousands or millions of readers of their blog. And they have a big impact. And when we look at the economy, the social economy, we'll see how big that impact is. So the first point I want to get to about return on investment is the soft returns. Seem to have lost it again. There. Social media is about return visits, not uniques. Customers will visit your site 9 times more often and stay 5 times as long if they can ask a question about a product, review a question about a product, or in any other way engage with you on that site. If on Facebook they are not able to leave comments or nobody's responding to their questions, they go away and they don't come back. And we already know from FBO, Facebook optimization, and EdgeRank, that you drop out of their newsfeed completely if you don't answer their questions and involve yourself with them. In the attention economy, where attention is earned, not bought, you can't buy an ad to get in front of people. You have to earn the fact that they will share your content. We have 4 times the amount of unaided brand recall that search engine marketing has. Because if a friend tells you that a movie is really good, you'll remember the movie more than an ad on a search engine. It's that simple. And if your mum tells you you should buy a product, you better go and buy it. You'll remember that one a lot more than an ad. So we know that brand recall is much higher. Most of these statistics are from a McKinsey report, but some of them are from another American institution called NFO. Customer to customer is the new area, C2C. And we're used to people asking, is social media B2B or is it B2C? And for me, it's really about C2C. It's where the minute the customer buys from you, the very next thing they should do is share it. Tell everybody that they bought it, so that their friends will want to buy it. And we know this works because 17-year-old girls are friends with 17-year-old girls on Facebook. 35-year-old managers are friends with 35-year-old managers on LinkedIn. The minute they get something, they need to tell their network that they got it. And we see dramatically that the cost of acquisition of the customer drops. It doesn't just drop, it actually goes into the negative. Because if you can have one customer buy something from you and then tell 10,000 people, even if only a small percentage of those buy it as well, it costs you nothing. You were able to do the sale, and then they did the selling for you. The customer does it. We also know that technical support costs drop if you do your technical support and customer service publicly. A lot of people think that social media is about marketing and PR, and it's interesting to me that Marketing Magazine named me Head of Industry for Social Media, because I actually don't think it has anything to do with marketing. That's wrong. I think it's a whole of organisation approach. But I have never yet seen a customer line up to speak to a marketing person or a public relations person. I see them lining up to talk to sales. I see customers lining up to speak to customer service. And I see customers lining up to speak to technical support. But they walk straight past marketing and PR people. Sorry about that. We want a fix to our problem. And really, marketing people shouldn't be answering questions like how to get a product returned, or how to fix a widget, or what address to send the product to. That should be customer service. Marketing and PR should be setting the campaigns up, but they maybe should not be front of house dealing with customer service questions. I now want to get into the actual money. Chomp-on is a group buying service that is a white label, which means any company like Cold Storage or any of your big chains here can set up a group buying deal service. And group buying means that the social network have to buy the deal, and that you have to sell a certain number of them before the deal goes live. And that encourages everybody to say, I want to buy the deal, and now I'm going to share it on Facebook and tweet it and LinkedIn it and Google Plus it and